The Unnessay, an anthropological study of who I am, according to Google, by CPiercy. What am I doing? I downloaded all of my Google data to see what it says about who I am. There's so much data. To make it easier, I decided to pick the single best day of my life and the single worst day of my life and compare and contrast exactly what Google thinks I am. One of the best days of my life was by far getting married to my husband, Will. I was the blushing bride. So what does Google say about my biggest joy? According to the files I accessed, I looked at a guest list, the photographer contract. You have to know exactly what photos you've paid for. The playlist that I spent countless hours working on. The people that I needed to thank, according to my gift registries, and the ever-growing list of people who sent cards and well wishes. And the MP3 file for It's You, which was the first song that we danced to as a married couple. Searches. There were countless searches regarding weddings. There were bouquets, love songs, allergy-friendly caterers, the daddy-daughter dance that I ultimately decided I couldn't go through with. Feathers, peacocks, green and blue, Keswick that I'm deeply rooted in. And of course, we had to have the Irish blessing and then figure out how much alcohol we needed to buy. By the way, we bought way too much. YouTube. What the hell was I listening to? Maggie Rose, It's You was by far at the top of the list. Ever so slightly less listened to was by Adam Sandler, Grow Old With You. We almost had that as our first dance. The next few songs were the first songs on our playlist. Can't Stop the Feeling because we were just so happy. Better When I'm Dancing because we wanted everyone to be dancing. Tennessee Whiskey because it was the song we frequently danced to on Friday nights while making dinner. Heartbeat Song because it's upbeat and gets everyone moving. You're My Best Friend because we truly were marrying our best friend. And Faster because my husband makes my heart beat faster. The absolute worst day of my life was losing my father. So what does Google say about the grieving daughter? The files I accessed around the time of his death. The power of attorney. I needed that for the last moments. The last will and testament was needed the moment his heart stopped beating. There's the casket invoice, which was a complete and utter disaster. They sold out of the one I had paid for, and I had to go back and find the measurements and the closest thing they had to what I had paid for. The military retirement record so that he could have the flag service. And my favorite file I own, a video of my father saying I love you. And then there's the search results. Buying the casket, notifying everyone on Facebook that I couldn't reach on the phone. The obituary, ordering flowers from Amazon, looking at survivor benefits and bereavement groups, and of course, finding the perfect version of his favorite song to play at his funeral. All the while, I was coming down with COVID, so I had to start looking at COVID-19 symptoms, my insurance benefits, taking time off from work, only to have to replan the entire funeral for 2 weeks later, essentially starting the process over again. My YouTube searches were very different. Thick and thin. I'm so tired. Rock bottom. What if I never get over you? Countless versions of Amazing Grace, but mostly the one by George Jones. I Love a Rainy Night because it was the song my father always played when I was a small child to try and cheer me up. Daddy's Hands, I'm Never Getting Over You. So what does this say about me as a person? I am many things to many people. What I say, think, and do, they're varied and unpredictable. And to Google, I am just another data set that they can mine. Thank you for listening.